Hello, Guru Nation. How's it going? It's an honor right now to be interviewing um, one of CRC Academy's best students of all time, according to Monica. And according to my limited interaction with her, maybe 10 hours we spent on Zooms, a little less. Chloe is helping me with our e-regulatory and eventually eSource for a study in Yuma, Arizona, Yuma Clinical Trials. And she's based out of San Francisco. So Chloe's somebody who is looking for a job also in San Francisco, but she's learning during the internship phase, the important parts of the future of research, which is eReg, eSource. She hasn't done any eSource yet, but it's eReg. So I just wanted Chloe to talk to us a little bit about CRIO, which is the system we used. She set up everything for CRIO without mentioning much about the sponsor. How easy was it for you to set up this eReg? About how many hours did it take? What was the most challenging parts? What are we still on? Can you kind of just walk us through a little bit of this?
Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Chloe. So I'm currently logging in on my CRIO account, and once you click on the eReg button, you will see the studies that your site currently has. So currently on our site has 2 studies. So you can see these yellow folders, and they're the study level folders. And once you click on it, you will have all these folders that you can add.
And those folders are not just there. You had to create them.
Yes.
When you start this, there's nothing in there, right? It's just blank.
Yes, it's blank. And you can click add subfolder, and then you just can add your folders like this. It's pretty simple. Oh, yeah. And then you can even add them in a batch.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Folders here.
For each entry allows you a new folder. It says this is a new folder when you hit enter.
Yes. And then under the subfolders, you can even add more subfolders. I believe they can add up to 4 layers. I haven't tried, but let's see. Yes.
Let's test it out live right now. The folks at CRIO will be very happy for us testing the capabilities of their system. So your experience working with CRIO so far is pretty good, or what do you think?
It's pretty simple. It's basically like creating files and folders on your computer.
Mm.
Yeah. And when you add documents, you can add version date, effective date, expiration date. I think that's helpful because, for example, if the file name of an informed consent is just I don't know, informed consent, but then you can see the version under, I don't know how to put it, you can see the version number
Yeah.
attached, so it's easier to distinguish.
That's actually pretty good. And then this is all the eReg capabilities. CRIO is still, at the time of this video, still working on digital signatures. So right now, like tomorrow, I was just telling Chloe before we started recording, I'm going to collect the two sub-I's signatures on delegation logs for both studies. And then I have to, wet ink, they're going to sign it, an initial. And then I have to scan it to you. Then I have to get Dr. Smith, who's our PI, to initial and date them. And then I have to scan it to you so that you can upload it there. So it's not as efficient as just e-sign, but CRIO's working on that. And for the eSource, you can e-sign, but for eReg, because there's different logs like DOA log, 1572 logs, they're working on that stuff, but they don't have it yet. But the eSource is all e-signed, right? And you'll learn that soon also, Chris. And Chris, I was telling, it's kind of cool. I'll tell you when we're not recording, but it's kind of cool for Chloe. So what have you learned? Like doing the CRC Academy and you finished, and now you get like your first kind of real world taste of research. What do you think, like compared to your expectations? And is all the stuff you learning starting to make sense? Or are you more confused now than you ever were before?
It definitely started to make sense more. And I would say one thing I um, didn't know it was that important is attention to detail, because there are just 1,000 of files to be uploaded, and like when I
Well,
look at them, I honestly don't know what they are, but then after I like go through them one by one, it just started to make sense more. But and then I have like I only have done this work for less than 10 hours, but then I have like 100 pages of notes.
that's good though. So and Chloe's LinkedIn profile is underneath if you want to get all the verse. She's in the Bay Area. Somebody's gonna hire her really quick, but she's gonna learn this important skill and maybe have a side gig of creating eSource and eReg. And we're gonna talk off camera about other ways Chloe's gonna work with us. But Chloe, you're gonna learn the attention to detail, and you're also gonna learn working with me. Chris knows, and so does everyone else who works with me. I'm the king. My nickname is the king of forwards. I forward like no other. Probably my most used button in
Yeah,
besides
you get no description either. It's just a forwarded email.
yeah, sorry, Chloe. You're gonna learn from that, but maybe I should put a description next time I forward. Hey, please, but it's just so I don't want to forget it. And boom, But everybody needs somebody like Chloe because she's on it. I could see why Monica said she was one of the best students we've ever had, and definitely the best student from your cohorts in your class. We got to start giving out like trophies for the best students, top performers. We only did that
Will,
once in the
will there
CRA
be,
Academy. Remember, Chris?
yes, I do.
We
Will
did
there be
come up at a
participation
perfect score.
trophies?
No, no participation trophies. This is
Okay.
not Gen Z type stuff. This is old school, old school. You got to earn it like Chloe. Chloe earned it for sure. So, thank you, Chloe. We'll do more updates. Okay. So it's perfect because people are always asking me about CRIO. They're always asking Chris too. We have clients and
Mhm.
you're looking at CRIO. So I told CRIO, hey, as we do this for my site, we're going to start making videos to just show people like our experiences with it. So as soon as we start the eSource, we'll do that. Then when we start the budget, we'll do that. So Chloe will have a hand in all of that stuff. So thank you, Chloe. Anything else you want to give like Guru Nation, if they're thinking about, how do I get started in research? I mean, besides telling them the obvious CRC Academy, like what advice do you have for them?
Approach Dan.
Oh, thanks. Excellent, Chloe, excellent. So we're gonna put your link to your LinkedIn underneath, right? Underneath your video.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Chris, any last questions for Chloe or for me, maybe about CRIO? I know you haven't logged in, you only logged in once. What do you think?
So,
You're thinking about this for other sites too, right?
sure, and that's exactly where my question is going. So, do you think you could have navigated this site without taking the CRC Academy? Because some of our clients, they're new to research and they haven't had any formal education in research. Would they be able to utilize this service, CRIO, without some sort of training?
Of
Would
course,
you be able to do this without taking CRC Academy?
I think I would be.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
I think so too, because CRIO has I don't know if Chloe even did this, but CRIO has, I know I didn't. CRIO has a university, like their own, you have to request for your users, like if you're the owner of the CRIO portal, you can request your employees to get the university. It's a free training, but it's CRIO's own training for how to use it. But you're right, because what Chris is asking is like, okay, it's one thing to know how to use the system, but it's another thing to understand like what's a investigator site file, It's two different things. Like Chris and I and you, we all understand ISF, but now only you from us three understand how to put it all in CRIO. So that's kind of what he's asking. Do you think it's important to know like those fundamentals from a macro level, even though CRIO shows you the training?
I think CRIO is just like a platform. Anyone would be able, like if they have experience with basic computer like techniques, they will be able to like upload a file or create a folder. But then in order to know how to organize these files under what folders, then I think they need to have some like basic clinical trials knowledge.
Some education.
Perfect. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chloe. We'll do more updates. The Guru Nation is going to get to know Chloe very well. And we're going to get to see, you know, study startup, site initiation, where we're at, starting the study. So I'm excited, Chloe. Can't wait. And we look forward to more interviews with you. Thank you very much.